Is this what your summer camp was like? Well, my camp was just the opposite. And these are the people that lived it and the stories that tell it. No, really, this was my camp.
What was junior house?
Junior house to me was...
It was a combination of The Village and Lord of the Flies.
We basically did whatever we wanted to do.
Junior house was pretty badass.
It was a real shithole.
It smelled like a fucking urinal.
Wow, my kid lives here, for the summer.
No, really, this was my camp.
So when you were in junior house, you were 12 years old.
It was way off. It was about a half a mile from the rest of the camp.
It was almost a mile away from the rest of the camp.
You didn't want to stay there, but you wanted to visit.
You were in the woods.
It was a big hill coming up to junior house.
Cardiac hill.
Because it was so steep that when you went down into the car, if you were old, you would have a heart attack.
Junior house was
Probably put together with particle board and some ties.
It's a small shack.
built like a tank.
It was the coolest place.
The amenities of junior house were zero and none.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I think we were the second year when they had electricity there.
They just had cold water for the showers and no toilet.
Our showers at junior house were outside. They were outside with one hose.
That came out of a fucking wall.
No plumbing for toilets.
We had an outhouse which was about 40 feet away from the house itself.
You had to take a leak, piss off the back.
I smell urine. There was sleeping for 4 people on the screened-in porch, and inside there was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beds.
And they had a porch room that I slept in with Chad. Not together, but in.
Not in the sexual way.
And not in, but we slept in the same porch. I didn't sleep in Chad.
The kind of dirty, nasty things that I'm known for.
But that was what we did when we had nothing else to do, which was frequently.
You really bonded with the other kids there because it was you and the other guys alone in the woods.
Junior house could get really scary at night.
My counselors decided to throw axes at people off the roof while we're having a campfire.
Fucking Freddy come and chop me up into little pieces.
The counselors we had were the coolest, the CITs were the coolest.
My counselors came back with pizza and Jack Daniels.
So that's what we did.
Yeah, we were very mature. We were 12.
We used to do this thing called a zilch.
Zilch. Yeah, that was a good one.
Take a garbage bag,
Or multiple plastic bags.
Tying knots.
then you go to one of the rafters, and the rafters, God, haven't seen moisture since 1932, so they're like tinder.
What's to burn? Dry brush, trees, pine cones? No problem.
We light it on fire.
And light it on fire over a bucket of water.
Nice toxic fumes.
As it's burning, it's dropping molten,
Flaming gouts of molten plastic.
and sometimes people happen to get in the way as you flicked it, or you dropped it on them intentionally.
It dropped into a bucket of water.
I guess they made like a zilch noise.
And you'd all sit around, like you're in some sort of cult-like atmosphere, just sitting and staring at this flaming garbage bag drip into a bucket.
That's what I remember.
Looking back, it was a pretty smart idea to have burning material inside of a tinder box.
There was no OSHA at this game.
We would have hours where we had absolutely nothing to do.
When other kids went to go play softball, which had its own issues, we were playing war.
It was hide and seek with rocks.
But we were playing war with jagged pieces of shale rock.
Which wasn't very smart,
The rule was if you threw a rock too close or hit a person, then you were out. So if there was somebody you didn't like, it could have been Dan. I remember pelting somebody in the head with a rock because I knew my punishment was I had to just wait around.
You got knocked the fuck out!
It was like Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the motherfucking Flies. And that's pretty much how it was. We ruled that part of the camp.
I'm the king of the world!
It was just mayhem.
You can imagine.
Junior house was
Really was a place to be a kid and run around the woods.
Like a badge of honor. It was like the strong went to junior house.
What we had was great friends. What we had was great relationships.
you know, really anything went on in junior house. And that's kind of, everyone wanted to be there because this is the place where you just were free.
Junior house was not probably the cleanest we've ever been in our lives, but it was definitely one of the most fun.
Junior house was really just modestly controlled anarchy.
It was fucking awesome.
Junior house, I remember, you know, many types of torture at camp, but one I specifically remember back at junior house was there was a big nail hanging out in the middle of the room. And I remember being hung, you know, a couple of us being hung by our underwear on this nail. And, you know, if you had the Fruit of the Loom and they weren't, you know, they were decent quality, yeah, you'd come down after 20 seconds, 30 seconds, they'd rip and you'd be down. But once in a while, someone would come up with those like Sears Roebuck underwear. They were built like a tank. You'd be stuck up on that nail for like an hour and a half. That would suck.